Welcome to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. And now, it's time for our story. Once upon a time, there was an Arctic wolf named Isaiah. Isaiah the Arctic wolf was a skilled hunter, and he really enjoyed providing for his pack. He lived in the freezing Arctic wilderness, where the wind blows and the snow doesn't melt much. Isaiah was always looking for the best ways to get food for his pack. One day, Isaiah returned from a successful hunt. He was exhausted, but he was also hungry. He ate as much as he could, and the rest of his pack also ate, and they left, leaving behind a few scraps of leftovers. The rest of the pack went ahead, and Isaiah was slowly following behind while cleaning himself up. And all of a sudden, he noticed a small, furry creature just lurking in the shadows. It was a wolverine, and it was staring at the scraps of meat on the ground with some hungry eyes. Isaiah the Arctic wolf growled at the wolverine, warning it to stay away. He said, "Hey, Wolverine, get away from that food. That's our leftovers." And the wolverine just stood there, looking at Isaiah. And so Isaiah the Arctic wolf started walking away. And then he looked back at the wolverine, and he saw that the wolverine came back and was getting closer to the leftovers. Isaiah the Arctic wolf said, "Excuse me, did you not hear me? Get out of here!" And he growled at the wolverine. The wolverine just slowly walked backwards. And Isaiah said, "That's more like it." He started walking away. And now he was far from the rest of his pack. So he started running. And as Isaiah the Arctic wolf was running to catch up with the rest of the pack, he took a peek back, and to his surprise, the wolverine came back and started eating the leftovers of the wolf's meal. Isaiah was so upset. He worked so hard to catch that meal. And now, this little scavenger was coming in and taking his food. So Isaiah the Arctic wolf ran back, and he lunged at the wolverine. But the wolverine was too quick. It darted away and disappeared into the snow. Isaiah was mad. He didn't understand why the wolverine was so persistent. He had plenty of food of his own, so why did it keep stealing Isaiah and the wolf pack's leftovers? The next day, Isaiah went out hunting again. Isaiah hunted all day long, and by nightfall, he had caught enough to feed his whole pack for a few days. So the Arctic wolves ate for days. But still, the wolverine came back. The wolverine kept coming back every time the Arctic wolves ate. And Isaiah was getting annoyed at this wolverine. He didn't know what to do to get rid of this nuisance. He tried chasing it away, but it was always too fast, and it would just come back on another day. He tried hiding his food, but the wolverine always seemed to find it. One day, Isaiah the Arctic wolf was sitting on a rock, and he had just finished eating a meal, and the wolverine was nowhere to be seen. But Isaiah knew that it was only a matter of time before it returned. So Isaiah the Arctic wolf waited and waited. He looked around and no wolverine. All he saw was snow. Isaiah was now annoyed that the wolverine wasn't around. "Where is the wolverine?" said Isaiah the Arctic wolf. "I wonder if it's around, or if it's okay." He kept looking for the wolverine, but just didn't see where it was. So Isaiah the Arctic wolf just lied on the snow and sighed and closed his eyes. He was about to give up when he heard a voice. "Hey, wolf," the voice said. "What's wrong?" Isaiah opened his eyes and saw the wolverine standing in front of him. Isaiah was kind of relieved that the Wolverine was okay. But then he remembered why he didn't enjoy the Wolverine's presence in the first place. "I'm tired of you stealing my food, Wolverine," Isaiah said. "Can't you just get your own?" The Wolverine shrugged and said, "I'm hungry, and you're always leaving leftovers behind." Isaiah knew that the Wolverine was right. He did leave behind leftovers, especially when he was tired. "Fine," Isaiah said. "You can have my leftovers, but only if you promise to be my friend." The Wolverine looked at Isaiah for a long moment. Then it nodded its head. "I promise," it said. And so Isaiah and the Wolverine became friends. Isaiah would hunt, and the Wolverine would help him catch the animals. Then they would share the meat together. Isaiah the Arctic Wolf learned to appreciate the Wolverine's cleverness and resourcefulness in his hunts. And the Wolverine learned to respect Isaiah's strength and leadership while finding the food for his pack. Isaiah and the Wolverine were good friends. One day, Isaiah the Arctic Wolf and the Wolverine were out hunting when they came across a small herd of moose. The moose were being very aggressive and being mean to the wolf pack. They were shoving them and almost kicking some of the wolves. Isaiah and the Wolverine knew that they had to do something to scare the moose away, or else the moose would keep bullying the wolves around. Isaiah had an idea. He told the Wolverine to climb a nearby tree and cut down some small branches over the moose. Then Isaiah would distract the moose and give the cue for the Wolverine to drop the branches on their antlers. Then the branches would get all stuck in their antlers, and hopefully this would scare them away. The Wolverine nodded its head and scampered up the tree and started working on cutting down the small branches. And as the small herd of moose were walking and getting closer to the pack of wolves, Isaiah the Arctic Wolf jumped in between the wolves and the moose and started spinning in circles and howling in the air. The moose looked at each other in confusion. And as the moose were wondering what was going on, Isaiah the Arctic Wolf gave the Wolverine the cue. And the Wolverine finished cutting off the branches. Then Isaiah started barking and growling at the moose. And the moose were surprised by the barking, and they started to back away. That's when the branches fell and landed on the moose's antlers. And the branches got their antlers stuck on each other. And the moose were unable to move by themselves. When one wanted to go one way, it pulled the other moose with them. And they had to move as one to actually move in a direction they wanted. The moose were trapped. They were so confused and scared that they didn't know what to do. They just stood there while Isaiah came closer to them, barking and growling at them. So they decided to walk away as one, slowly disappearing into the forest, still stuck, but no longer bothering the wolf pack. Isaiah the Arctic Wolf and the Wolverine scared away the aggressive moose herd, and the pack thanked both Isaiah and the Wolverine. The Wolverine went back home, and the Arctic wolves continued on to the next place that they could find food. Isaiah the Arctic Wolf continued to lead the pack and provide the food for them. In time, he became an even better hunter. And every now and then, in the snowy wilderness, whenever Isaiah and his pack would finish their food and start leaving for another place, Isaiah the Arctic Wolf would turn back, and he would see the Wolverine go over to the leftovers to eat. But now, instead of getting upset and barking at the Wolverine, Isaiah the Arctic Wolf would just bow playfully and jump around, excited. And he no longer cared if the Wolverine came to eat the leftovers, because now they were friends. And the Arctic Wolf lived happily ever after. The end. The Arctic wolf is also known as the polar wolf or the white wolf, and is a subspecies of gray wolf that is native to the tundra regions of Canada. They can be found in Greenland, Alaska, Iceland, and Canada. And unlike other kinds of wolves, the Arctic wolf lives in caves and not dens. So instead of living in the ground, Arctic wolves seek shelters in caves among rocks. And the regions that they're usually living in are mostly frozen throughout the year, so it makes it hard for them to even dig a den if they wanted to, and can stand from 2 to 3 feet tall and can be up to 5 feet long when you include their tail. Some say you can compare it to an average Christmas tree, and the Arctic wolf would be a little bit longer than the tree. Arctic wolves are white and sometimes grayish. They have 2 layers of coat, where the upper layer is thicker and the layer closest to the skin is waterproof, which can help an Arctic wolf to stay dry and keep its heat in very cold temperatures. They have thick pads on their paws, which help them walk on frozen ground and slippery surfaces, and they can run as fast as 46 miles per hour. They have short noses and small ears, which help them maintain their heat in the cold. They can weigh from 55 to 88 pounds, and an adult Arctic wolf can weigh up to 125 pounds, and they can live from 7 to 10 years old. Arctic wolves are carnivores. They'll eat Arctic hares, musk oxen, caribou, seals, and would try to hunt any large mammal if it needed to. Of course, they don't hunt alone. Arctic wolves travel in packs of about 6, and they'll work together to make their prey tired out before they capture them. In the wild, Arctic wolves only have one predator. It's the polar bear. Have you seen a real-life Arctic wolf before? If you have, where did you see it? Thanks for listening to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. Until next time, bye! If your child loves imaginative stories, I'd love to share my picture book, What Else Should I Eat? It's about a girl who's hungry and goes on a whimsical journey through a magical land of food, trying different kinds of food and exploring how they look, taste, feel, and smell. It's a fun way to show kids that eating different kinds of food can be exciting. The book is perfect for ages 3 to 6, and older kids enjoy it too. You can find What Else Should I Eat on Amazon and other online bookstores. Find all the details in the show notes.